Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Play Legend of Grimrock 2, The Next Generation. No, we're not going to name our characters Captain Kirk or Captain Picard, but we will make the next generation of party members. So I'm going for hard, as always. And yes, it will be hard. This game is hard already. And I will not activate those, but you will see no loading and saving by mine. Only to end the game and begin for the next session. So you could say it's Iron Man and Old School. No, Old School not, because I use the map so that you can see where I am. Hopefully I don't need it that much. So, the question is, what is new about our party? We all know that rattling mutation is awesome, because rattlings get a bonus to invasion and a bonus to dexterity, which includes a +2 bonus to evasion, so actually this is +4 evasion. And furthermore, they're immune to diseases, and they can take the best trait there is. You get one ability score increase per level. Then you look at the others, this gives you +2. So when you level 10, you get +10 out of this. Okay, it's randomly distributed about your attributes, but still, this is absolutely awesome. Then I always take the same with all my characters. All characters in all my games are always trained, or I try to train them all the same way and to make them the same, because I think it's wiser to have one big weakness than to have 1,000 tiny ones, because you can shield it better. So we're going for barbarian, because barbarians get 1 strength per level, so that's a permanent increase every level up, and they get the highest total health and energy of all the classes, and they get the biggest bonus per level up to both when you count them together. For example, a rogue gets 40, so 85 in total, and +10 in total per level, energy and health. And a barbarian gets 120 in total for starters, and 13 per level together. So that's the reason barbarians rule in my eye. Always remember, everyone can use every item, everyone can cast every spell as long as he has the skills. As for the skills, we'll do something new today. Well, not that new actually. We'll go for heavy weapons and armor. Armor, because there's a lot of good armor in the game. There's enough heavy armor and enough light armor for everyone. So that is good. And second, heavy weapons I think are superior, because yes, you can wear light weapons, and you can wear 2 of them, and you can strike very, very fast, but you will do very, very little damage. And the enemies that you have to fear in this game are heavily armored, so there will be no damage output with light weapons. Heavy weapons, on the other hand, will do so much damage that they simply squash the enemy's armor. Furthermore, you can use 200 heavy weapons from the second row, so normally you need to take 2 points in accuracy to attack from the second row. With heavy weapons 5, you can use 200 weapons from the second row without spending a single point here. So that's the reason we go for that. There was a lot of discussion about the second trait. Some will go muscular +2 strength. Yes, this is +2 damage, but think of the following. A heavy weapon 200 does about 20 to 60 damage. When you've got 5 points invested here, you have a damage output of 40 to 120. +2 strength means +2 damage. Awesome. Now you could go for natural armor +5. Yeah, that's the equivalent of a light helmet. Or no, it's the equivalent of a heavy helmet. The easiest heavy helmet in existence. And you can wear head protection, torso protection, leg protection, and foot protection. So that is actually a fourth of what you can get from normal armor. On the other hand, evasive. Think of the following. Evasion is the equivalent of 5 points of dexterity. Furthermore, it is the equivalent of a shield, and you can only wear 1 shield per character. So that is, the best shield gives you +10, but that is a very rare shield, and the normal shield gives you +4. So that is quite a shield. And with dodge you get a maximum of 15 points in evasion. So that is actually the equivalent of 1/3 of the total skill for dodge. Or otherwise said, this is 2 skill points, nearly 2 skill points. So we're going to evasion with everyone. Yes, I've been told that evasion is not working that well. You cannot evade most of the enemy attacks, sadly. I do not know if that is a bug or that is true, but we will find out. So we're going for strength and dexterity with everyone, because then we can use ranged weapons as well as close combat weapons to our liking. And with a high dexterity we will hit more often, we will evade more often, and we will be able to resist shock. Not that I know many enemies who use shock, but well. This guy looks like me, so let's call him Boris. This guy will be named after my wonderful wife. She's much more beautiful than this, but this is the only female character available. This one will be named after my 1 year and 2 weeks old son, which is the greatest. He actually learned walking 2 weeks ago. Just wonderful. Looks a little bit like a battle mech with hip damage, but he walks great. So, and this one will be named after my brother, who is the greatest guy on the planet. So, well, there is my best friend Alex, who is quite as great. But, yeah, let's go for it. All distributed, yes, we're ready to go. Go for gold! So, welcome to the beach. Free we are! And we immediately start running around looking for loot. Of course there's nothing, but I want to have the map intact and complete. And in the beginning we will fight like the Roman army, which means no, not with legion, but we will fight in rows. So if the first row is damaged, the second row will take over. At least that is the idea. Furthermore, first goal will be, besides getting out of the first section of the game, to find the pedants of Miro, which gives you a permanent 25% XP boost if you wear it. So we'll try to acquire the only 2 amulets I know in existence. One is in an underwater dungeon, and one is in the hamlet of Storm Beach. We will try to get both of those as fast as possible. And I hear something. Oh yes, look at this. It's a turtle. So what I do now is called kiting. It is the ability to use the slowness and slow maneuverability of the enemy to hit him without giving him a chance to counterattack us. This is all about timing. First of all, don't do this if enemies are near other than the one you're fighting, because there is the high possibility that you will become stacked or blocked in a single way, and then they will simply smash you up from 2 sides. Can be even done by 3 sides or 4 if it goes worse. But if you have one enemy, and this one actually drops food, which is nice, you can kite your ass out of nearly every situation. So train that. If you plan to play the game, train kiting. So, you might ask, what else changed? I already mentioned about the thing with the trait, that we go for invasion and that we go for heavy weapons and that we go for the Miro patterns. And furthermore, we will try to save our golden keys. To those of you who do not know that, there are so-called golden keys which give you access to special areas where there's loot. But the problem is, at the beginning you find those gold keys and you see a gate and behind the chest and you say, oh, I want that, that must be awesome. The stuff there must be awesome. And then you open the gate and waste your key. But actually, there are very few keys and very many of these walls. So it will not be clever. Would you please come, sir, turtle? to waste your keys on items that are only usable in the beginning of the game or in the mid game, and that you will not be using anymore. Better save the keys, and that is exactly what we're going to do. No golden key wasting. So these are the parameters for this game, for this Let's Play. First, find the mirror patterns as soon as possible to get as much XP bonus out of this as possible. Second, don't use golden keys unless we have to. Third, go for heavy weapons and armor up to light armor, and then decide what to do else. Go for heavy armor, for example, or... Where is my fish? Did I take the fish? Yes, I take the fish. Okay, this is a torch. A torch makes actually a good weapon. So, more armor for the feet. Sandals, yeah, protection 1, wonderful. So, done, done, and done. In my last party I was relying too heavily on magic, and it proven that how one of my subscribers called it, you cannot fireball your way out of this. And he was right with that. We cannot do that. There are limits to what you can do with fireball. So I was even thinking about going for ice magic instead of fire magic, simply because fire magic can put your enemy aflame. That is nice, but well, it does not that much damage. Yeah, I do not know, about 20 points or maybe less, but... And hep, the door is open. Oh crap. And just as you speak of it, there comes the first turtle running at you. But we can kite her. We can kite her easily. Oh, there's cloth. I have a tendency to overlook loot, sadly. And a situation like this could easily become nasty if the other one appears. The other turtle. You see, we have totally no problem. We're not even scratched by now. And she probably never will be able to accomplish that task. And we will simply beat the crap out of her easily. But if the other turtle would have joined the dance, we would have been heavily damaged. Oh, guess what? There she is. So, I was asked about alchemy. Yes, when you invest 5 points to alchemy, you are able to brew potions that permanently increase your stats. But you need special ingredients that you find very, very rarely. And by very, very rarely, I mean maybe 5 or 8 in the entire game. So spending 5 skill points for just that is simply not worth it, in my eyes. A point, yes, to make healing potions when you get broken legs or something like that. But anything else, no sir. Why am I doing this? Because I want my stone back. Stones are wonderful. They can throw them, you can use them at weapons. So, dear visitor, welcome to my island. I hope your journey was not too detrimental to your health. I think you will find this island to be the most wonderful, yet most perilous place on earth. I don't have high hopes about your survival, but maybe you can prove me wrong. Better equip yourself before the night falls. The Island Master. Which is actually, as I know it, the captain of a ship that was destroyed on the rifts. So, the next enemy will be far harder. It will be little balloon guys that normally come underwater, but are just as nasty when you encounter them in dry space. This will be where the gold key will be, and again we will not spend gold keys unless we absolutely have to. And if any one of you has made any experience with water magic, speaking ice shards and freezing the enemy, please tell me if that is as great as I think it is. So let's cartograph this section. So should be done. Now this is like Indiana Jones. We must make a cross on the floor, and we can then pick all the items up again. Normally, when you walk on a pressure plate, you cannot pick the item up again, because the door will be closing when you are taking back your items. That is not the case here. So, we do it this, we do it that, and we're good to go. Okay, the next target will be far harder. Oh, you nearly got us. Come on. I can play this game for a while. Fine by me. Ah, shit. He's burning. Yes, you can put enemies in flame with your torches and with fire magic, but the problem is, as cool as it looks, it does not do that much damage, sadly. Okay, I think he missed, so evasion is probably not that useless as I think. You could do me a great favor if you just die. Thank you for following my orders. But usually there are 2 of them. Or even more. Ah, crap. Sorry, I had to get back my weapon. The problem is I'm not sure if not one of these guys is coming from the other side, and that would be really, really bad for us. When you consider how high my dexterity is compared to what you can have for starters, it is a wonder that we're missing so much. On the other hand, though, we're playing this on hard. Ouch. He actually did hit me. This is a little bit like dancing. So, yeah, everything looks alright. Yeah, I think that is the last one. Ah, crap. Boris, you used to know the dance moves. Do them. Okay. There is something else I learned. I'm not sure if it is true. It is said that when you eat food, for example, if you eat cheese with rats, then you get a bonus to your stats permanently. Is that true? Is it not? I cannot tell. Aha. Move forward. Yeah, this back and forth hopping is not always good for the enemy, as you might have noticed. So far we're doing quite good. If I'm doing something too fast, please let me know. I'm doing this a little bit faster than usual because I've already done this in the last Let's Play, and I do not want to keep those guys waiting who want to see if the idea of the rattling, barbarian, evasion, mutation, heavy weapon idea is working or not. Okay. Don't worry, we will be in possession of better weapons within a moment. The real problem will come when we try to get to the first pedant of experience, mirror pedant, as fast as possible, and then to fight our way to the ruins of Deseroon, to the to the hamlet of Storm Beach. Again, I do not want to fight there. I know that there are trolls, and with that we will not be able to fight the trolls. I'm totally aware of that fact. But the point is, we just have to go there and grab the patent, and we can do that. We can do that. I'm pretty much sure of that fact. So, there's stones. You get that, you get this. Fine by me. So now we have some ranged ability. And I have the feeling that we're missing one knife, actually. Oh, that was... Ooh, this could have gone terribly bad. Because I was ignoring the most precious rule of the game. Never let yourself be cornered. Never ever let yourself be cornered. So, damn it, we're missing so often. I still think we're missing one knife. And there it is. Okay, everything's good. We have the knife. We have the knife. Everything's good. Rock 1. Can we pick up this branch? No, we cannot. I think we're missing one rock. Found the rock. Everything's good. Yay! And a chest, which will be immediately making our food chest. We cannot use this weapon. It is a good weapon for starting because it has an accuracy bonus and decent damage, but we have no light weapons, and I do not intend to spend points on light weapons, so no. You will be responsible for ingredients, you will be responsible for weapons, you will be responsible for special items. So, let's see. That goes there, because you will get the ingredients back. This is now officially our ingredients back. It's very, very important to have order in your inventory. And our guys will get hungry quite soon. Let's get our golden key and get the chest. You might ask where the chest is. It is here. And ropes. Protection and vitality, not the best, but okay. And a potion of health. And as for the golden key, ha ha, secret found. So, the first golden key is normally used to open the chest that gives you the blood seeker and a potion of health, of strength. I'm not sure if we should spend our precious golden keys on that, because I think it would be more wise to keep those items where we need them most. Oh wait, you can use that until it's burnt down. Open sesame. The same goes for lockpicks. There is a limited number of lockpicks in the game, and I am not sure if we should waste the lockpick on the first chest. For those of you who want to know what is on the recipe, this is shock, this is poison cloud, and this is fire burst. So, oh, torches. Always take all the torches with you. So where is the enemy? Ah, there it is. It's a mummy. Oh, holy crap. Good thing about these guys, they're slow. And by slow, I mean slow. I mean, you can hit them while they're moving through to you. And we got a level up, and we got a lot of willpower. That is not that useful as useless as it might think. Yes, we're not the guys with the willpower thing going on, but still, willpower is good because some of the heavy weapons have special abilities that cost power, and I intend to learn casting later in the game. Have you ever met someone as slow as this fella? I don't. Done. Done. Wonderful. All the rocks are there, all the stuff is there, everything's wonderful. There is even a new chest. And the reason I love these boxes is because these boxes, ooh, leg armor, +4 protection. You know what I told you about this +5 starting trade? Yeah, that's for that. We could go up here, but we have no reason to do so now because... well, let's do it. I mean, they're not that worth. They're not worth that much. According to the idea, we should wait until we have the patterns of experience to kill those guys, because now we're only getting 65 of the possible maximum experience, and we could have get 50% in total more. That means about 30 experience bonus. Yeah, well, we can live without that. Ooh, 15 damage, great. Move it. So, nice. Food is welcome. Stones are welcome. 532. That's 523. That is excellent. That means we missed none. Nothing. Oh, haha. Did I miss something? No. For a second there I thought I missed something, but no. We spend it because there is light armor in it, and I like light armor. And there is not that shortage of lockpicks. There is a shortage of golden keys. There is not that big of a shortage on... Okay, that thing is out. There is not that big of a shortage in... Oh, I lost my tongue. Come on, move it. On lockpicks, there is not that shortage. There is a little shortage on lockpicks, yes. But only a little. So, okay, here. Yay! Oh, that was a race and the wrong mummy won. I was so hoping that our mummy would win it. And that one did we damage the first time. This could end badly because we might be cornered by those two freaks. Okay, if this were skeleton guys with axes and shields, we would be dead by now. Wonderful. And done. We're missing one stone. Where is the missing stone? Who has the stone? Oh, come on. Where is my stone? There is the stone. Okay. 5, 2, 3. We're complete. But it's time to eat. Yes, a good piece of turtle to everyone. I'm a little bit concerned because normally you find more turtle than we did. So, oh yes, firearms. Why didn't I go for firearms? Because I think firearms, you think you find plenty of armor, but in fact, you don't find enough. Maybe enough for one guy, yes, but not enough for all of your troops. Certainly not. So, and it's very, very, very point costly to use that weapons, because if you want to use the right ones, you have to put many points into firearms, and they have the tendency to malfunction and to blow up right into your face, and that is bad, trust me. So for the skills, we go for armor with everyone. So, and that is it for armor. The next points will all go to heavy weapons. 3rd level, 4th level, 5th level, 6th level. And with 6th level we will be able to do maximum damage with heavy weapons. And then we switch to heavy armor, to wearing armor again, because then we will find heavy armor. At least that is the idea for the moment. So, let's see if everything's alright here. You get the horn. Everything's good here. So I'll stop it here and we'll see each other again next time when I'll beat off the first boss monster. See you then. Bye.